And welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watts2K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So here we go. Week 9 in the National Football League. We're right around the halfway mark of the season, and it is time to make our confidence picks for every game on the Week 9 slate. 15 games this week. For those who may be new, what we're going to do is we don't pick against the spread. We pick winners. And what we're going to do is attempt to pick the winner of every game on the NFL schedule this week. But more than that, we assign a confidence rating from 15. That's the game we've got the most confidence in. 15 points on that one, down to 1, the game we've got the least confidence in, and we can use every number only once. So we play on ESPN. There's about 91,000 total entries, and we track our progress every single week. So let's do that right now. Week 8 went pretty well. We went 11-5, not a bad record at all, 114 points total. And that was the one thing that did go pretty well. I didn't have many losses that were devastating where I wagered a lot of points and lost. The only one that really hurt me was Cleveland and Baltimore. But for the season, we are now 71-52, 669 points. What does that mean? We are at the 79th percentile. That's up 8.4% from last week. So we really did a good job climbing the standings. This is the highest that we've been all season. And this week, I want to get into the 80s. So who do I have the confidence in? Who do I think is the best bet to win this week? I say it's the Philadelphia Eagles. They host the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Eagles are suddenly surging, and the Jags are still, well, jagging. Jacksonville has numerous injuries at wide receiver, Kirk and Thomas specifically, which will slow down the offense. On defense, wow, Jacksonville has given up an NFL high 17 touchdown passes while recording only 2 interceptions on defense. And look at the Philly offense. Saquon Barkley is killing it. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are doing a great job over there. I don't see any way Jacksonville stays in this game. Give me the Eagles. Best bet, 15 points. Number 14, the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Now, I know the Fins are desperate here. The Bills are coming off back-to-back blowout wins over Tennessee and Seattle. They've got a huge lead in the East. It's like 4 games at this point. You could say the Bills might be due for a letdown. I just don't know if Miami is physical or tough enough to hang with Buffalo. They never win in Buffalo, for one thing. And the other thing, Josh Allen owns Miami. Against the Dolphins, he is 12-1 in his last 13 games. I think the Bills just have too much going. Give me the Bills with my number 14. Number 13 is the Monday night game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, I feel like I say this every other week, but it's Kansas City. It's a national TV game. They're home. You already know how this goes. Don't overthink it. Do you want more reasons why I'm picking Kansas City? I'll give a few to you. The Chiefs have won 13 straight. Their defense is in the top 5 in points per game, yards allowed per game, and yards per play. Conversely, that Todd Bowles Jet defense, the Todd Bowles led defense, pardon me, that was a purposeful slip of the tongue. They have given up a league high 14 pass touchdowns and the second most yards per attempt of any team over the last month. Over the last 4 games, they've allowed the most touchdown passes. I think they're facing a pretty good quarterback in Kansas City, last I checked. This is a Chiefs win all the way. Number 12, the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. You got 3 wins between both these teams so far, and we're not even sure who's playing quarterback for either team at this point. Right now, the expectation is Bryce Young for the Cats, and they just traded away their best wide receiver, by the way. Derek Carr should be back for New Orleans. I just don't think it matters either way. The Saints are better, and they take a win for the first time since week 2. Number 11, the Washington Commandskins at the New York Giants. The first game these 2 teams played, Washington won by 3. The Giants are on a short week. They do have a way of hanging around in these games and then figuring out just the right way to take a loss. Washington, you know what? They're coming off that amazing Hail Mary victory against Chicago. I could see a letdown here. I just don't think it's going to happen. The Washington defense is playing better as well. It's not just Jaden Daniels. I'm going to go with Washington with my number 11. Number 10, the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cincinnati Bengals. You got 2 teams desperately in need of a victory, but hey, it's Joe Burrow versus Gardner Minshew. Come on. Jamar Chase leads the league in touchdown catches. One of my predictions at the beginning of the year, Jamar Chase would be the offensive player of the year in the NFL. he's on a pretty good pace at this point. Not that they give it to a wide receiver, but Chase is doing amazing. The Raiders, they're just too limited offensively to keep up. And Cincinnati, I'm going to go with the law of averages here. You know the Bengals are 0-4 at home this year. I think the law of averages kicks in. They got to win a game in the jungle already. All right, so I'm taking the Bengals with my number 10. On to number 9, the Indianapolis Colts at the Minnesota Vikings. It's an ex-Jet quarterback showdown with Joe Flacco against Sam Darnold. Minnesota should rebound after dropping 2 games in a row. The Colts are missing Bernard Raymond, their left tackle, with a concussion, and they're going up against an excellent pass rush between Pat Jones and everybody else they have over there, Andrew Van Ginkel, and they've got 1 or 2 marquee players over there as well. Yeah, I think that Minnesota defense is just going to eat it up. And Minnesota's going to put some points up against the Colt defense that is just not that good. So I'm taking the Vikings with my number 9 pick. On to number 8, the Denver Broncos at the Baltimore Ravens. Somehow this became one of the better games of the week. Who thought? Yeah, Denver's defense is pretty good, but, Baltimore can score on just about anybody. The Ravens' defense, though, is just bizarre. They're the best in the NFL at stopping the run. They're averaging under 70 yards per game allowed on the ground, but they're dead last at stopping the pass. They're averaging over 291 passing yards allowed per game. And do I think that Bo Nix is going to take advantage of that? Plus, Lamar Jackson has never lost to a rookie quarterback in his whole career. Now, the catch with that, Jackson has not practiced for 2 straight days. If he somehow can't play in this game, disregard the last minute or so of this particular episode. And then we go to number 7, the Thursday night game, the Houston Texans at the New York Jets. Spare me. I don't care that it's Halloween when things can rise from the dead. I don't care that the Texans are missing their top 2 wide receivers. I don't care that people think that C.J. Stroud doesn't look quite as sharp as he did last year. The Houston pass rush is fierce. Their running game is awesome. And they have a coach who actually knows what the hell he's doing in DeMeco Ryans. A lot of people are picking the Jets, and that scares me. I could see the Jets hanging for a while, being that they're home on a short week. I get that. But do they really have the testicular fortitude to win a game like this? As somebody who's watched every Jets game this year, I think we know the answer. I just cannot pick the Jets until they actually show me that they actually give a damn and that they know what they're actually doing on the field. Number 6, Rams at Seahawks. All right, NFC West game here. Well, that Rams offense is rolling once again with Cooper and Nakua back in and playing wide receiver for Matthew Stafford. Seattle defense not looking so good right now. The team is 1-4 in their last 5 games. DK Metcalf will be hampered even if he is able to get on the field. I'm going to take the Rams on the road in this one, but this is where my confidence starts to go down, is with the number 6 game. Number 5. Well, speaking of a division matchup, this is about the best one you're going to get. The Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Well, every Packers fan is worried about one thing. How is the groin of Jordan Love doing? He's not expected to play as of right now. It's sort of a toss-up. That's the latest vibe that I'm getting from the Green Bay beat writers. So if he doesn't play, it's still Malik Willis, who is 2-0 this year as a starter. Here's a crazy note. This is the first game all year the Detroit Lions are playing outside. The first game all year. It took till week 9, but I say it doesn't matter. The Lions are coming off a game where they scored 52 points. They're averaging 38.4 points over their last 5 games. And since week 3, they have more touchdowns than incomplete passes. I'm going to say that again. They have 25 touchdowns, 20 incomplete passes since week 3. It's like a video game. I got to roll with the Lions until they give me a reason not to. Number 4, the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego, California at the Cleveland Browns. Soon to be the Cleveland Browns of the suburbs of Cleveland, near like Parma, Ohio, and the airport, if the stadium rumors are true. But credit to Cleveland. We told you last week they would put up a fight against Baltimore, and they actually pulled the victory out. Deshaun Watson, he did not throw for 200 yards in any of the 7 games he started this year. Jameis Winston, he comes into one game and he throws for more than 200 yards in one half against the Ravens on Sunday. But the Chargers have a very good defense, a much better pass defense than Baltimore has. I think that's a little too much for Winston to handle. And Ladd McConkey is getting better by the week for the Charger offense. Also, I just really like that run game too. So I don't expect a lot of points in this game, but I'm going to say the Chargers. I'm picking a lot of road teams here, I've noticed. Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers to win in Cleveland. Number 3, the Chicago Bears at the formerly Chicago, now Arizona Cardinals. Can the Bears get off the mat after that heartbreaker last week and coming off a 2-game losing streak? One thing with the Bears that worries me, they have not won on the road yet. Cards are getting a little better every week, at least on offense, but I'm picking Chicago. I just don't know if Arizona is mature enough yet to put together a decent win streak. Plus, the Bears have a top 5 scoring defense. I think they can contain James Conner, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, and Trey McBride. And on the other side of the ball, DeAndre Swift has posted 100-plus scrimmage yards and at least 1 touchdown in each of his last 4 games. While Cole Kmet, he's looking pretty good. He's caught 27 of 30 targets, 303 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I don't like the Arizona defense. I think the Bears take this one in Glendale, Arizona. Number 2, the New England Patriots at the Tennessee Titans. Well, Drake May is currently concussed. Will Levis has a bad shoulder. So, it's another toss-up. Are we going to see Mason Rudolph against Jacoby Brissett? Who knows what to expect? But despite 3 losses in a row, I think the Titans rebound, take it at home. They do still have a very good defense. The one problem with the Tennessee defense, they don't take the football away, but they are able to contain other offenses. I think their defensive line is going to beat up on the Pats' offensive line. Give me Tennessee to take this one. And finally, the number 1 game, the biggest toss-up of the week for me, is the Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons. You got 2 lousy defenses. The Cowboys have an undersized defensive line, especially on the interior, which could allow for Bijan Robinson to do a few things. Cowboys allowed 223 yards on the ground to San Francisco. That is the 4th time this year they have allowed at least 180 rushing yards and 28 or more points in a game. The problem with Atlanta, though, their only realistic way that they win games, it's a clear out. Their offense has to put up 30 or more a game. They do that more often than not, but if the offense isn't clicking, they're going to lose. So to me, it's one of those games, whoever has the ball last likely wins. I'm going with the Falcons because to me, I think they still have the pieces in the secondary to contain CeeDee Lamb. They have A.J. Terrell. They have Jesse Bates. And if you can contain CeeDee Lamb, you're basically containing the Dallas offense. So I'm going to take the Falcons at home to take that one. All right, guys, those are my picks for Week 9 in the National Football League. If you have some picks, put them right down there in the comments. Everybody, enjoy the football this weekend. Have a great day, and I will see you right back here with more content from you know where, the Wicker Chair.